So that's number 1, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Number 2, God is real, Jesus is real, and Jesus is God's Son. And Jesus rose from the dead 3 days later after his soul left his body. Angels are real, heaven is real, Satan and his demons are real, and also hell is real. The spiritual battle is not just on the outside, but it is very much on the inside. And that's, yeah. So so this is going to be a touchy subject, which we all need to talk about. We need to stop letting the Satanists, demons in this world to silence us. God gave us a mouth and a voice to speak, and we should have free speech. And so let's use our mouth and our voices, okay? So people who are Muslims, people who are atheists, people who are even Catholics, I know your God is up there, but you're being deceived, and I'll get to that later. Hopefully I don't forget to get into that, because so anyways, if you're an atheist, a Muslim, or a Jew, I've heard, I could be wrong, okay? So if I'm ever wrong with this, then please tell me in the comments if you want to comment. I believe that this is what I have heard, this is what I've learned, but that they don't believe in Jesus. So if you don't believe in Jesus, it doesn't matter if you're a Jew or not. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim or not. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist or not. But if you are a Muslim, I know that they don't believe in Jesus. They believe in Muhammad, and that's not Jesus. And Muhammad never raised from the dead. And if you're an atheist, you need to have a spirituality, because that's what you are. You have a spirit. You have a soul. God created you. God created your soul. And I'm not upset with anyone who does not believe in God, who does not believe in Jesus in the heavens, or who doesn't believe in the enemy, which is Satan and his demons. I'm not upset with that. I'm just simply planting seeds in your brain. And hopefully, if you still don't believe, if this doesn't make you think or even change your mind for the better, then hopefully maybe later down the line, you will think about some of the things I've said, or at least one. And I hope that one thing will be pointing you and bringing you closer to Jesus. That's all that I want to do. I want every single soul to be close to Jesus, because we all need Jesus. There was this one lady, and she said it so perfectly. She said, when God made the fishes, he spoke to the ocean. When God made the trees, he spoke to the soil. When God made men and women, he spoke to himself. What happens when you take out the fish from the water? It dies, because it belongs to the ocean, right? That's how they breathe. They need to be surrounded by water. What happens if you take out the tree or plants from their soil? The roots are no longer in the soil. They also die, because they belong to the soil. That's their source. That's the source of their life. Just like the fish, the source of their life is the ocean. So what happens when men or women are disconnected from God Almighty in heaven? They die. Have you ever felt depressed? And also depression, anxiety, and all those things are just demonic attacks. The devil and his demons have gotten a hold of you. That's why you're depressed. That's why you want to kill yourself, because Satan wants you to kill yourself. Anyways, that's besides the point. So my point is, when you feel depressed, is because even though you believe in God, even if you're a Christian, even if you go to church, even if you pray, if you're not seeking him wholeheartedly, because I was once like that. I went to church, I prayed, I believed in God, but I was still depressed. There was a time when I was depressed. I wasn't depressed my whole life, but I was depressed for at least a year or two, something around that time. And when I finally sought God wholeheartedly, it all disappeared. My depression disappeared, and I thought I would have depression for the rest of my life. They told me I had major depressive disorder. But really, Satan has gotten a hold of me in major ways. Hence, major depressive disorder. Like you're not hopeful anymore. You're just in the dark, and the list goes on. But who's the light of this world? It is God. Who's the dark of this world? It's Satan and his demons. I'm telling you, everything is biblical. I don't care if you believe. I don't care if you don't know. But I do want you to know, whether you believe it or know it or not, this is the truth. And I will not take that back, because that is the truth. And I will not say sorry for saying the truth. So that's that. We all need God. We all need Jesus. So if you're a Muslim, if you're an atheist, I hope that you question everything that you're taught since you were a child, the things that you've gone through growing up, why the people said the things they said about God and Jesus growing up, to the point where you did not believe, or why you don't believe. I've noticed most people are the way they are because of what they are taught and where they grew up in. Let's say for me, I'll use myself as an example. I grew up in the Philippines, and most churches are Catholic. I didn't even know that there's other churches. I mean, I probably saw like Protestant churches, but it's mostly Catholic. I thought that's all that there was. So obviously, I just gravitated towards Catholicism. Whenever someone asked me, what's your religion? I'd say Catholic. And I didn't even know much about it. I was baptized Catholic. I went to Catholic churches. That's all that I knew. That's the places that my mom brought me. She also brought me to other churches, but that's what I was used to. So I just accepted it as who I am. I accepted it as part of me, even though I didn't really look deep into it, like, what is this church really all about? Because there are churches that are corrupt. There are churches that will deceive you, just like Satan, and make you think that you're serving the God Almighty in heaven, when really they are serving the God of this world, which is Satan. So this is another example why I don't want to go back to Catholic churches anymore. In Freemasonry, let's just say that, because this is the truth, they are a satanic cult. They will lie to you and say that they are Christian, and then when you first go in, you have to take this oath, and they said that you have to do it with blood. So I don't know if that's true, but that is what I read and saw, okay, in some videos. But you know, you can't believe everything out there, but there are some truths out there too. Just like me, I'm making this video because these are the truths that I've known. They said that, long story short, there's levels to Freemasonry. There's 33 levels, but I would not be surprised if there are more levels than just 33. In a certain level, let's just say, for example, level 5, okay? In level 5, in order to go past that level, if you want to keep going up and up and up and up, you have to be a priest or pastor in the Catholic Church. Now, does that not make you question the Catholic churches? If Freemasonry is Satanism, it's satanic, and you have to be a priest or pastor in the Catholic Church in order to go up a level, wouldn't that make you question if Catholic churches really serve the God up above and not down below? Does that not make you question that? Because it makes me question that. Light and dark cannot mix together. There's no gray area. You either have to truly be fully for God Almighty or God below. Excuse me. You can't say that you're a Christian while you're killing people, while you're drugging people, while you're raping people, and all of these, while you're trafficking people. You can't say that. There are people, I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've lived with people like this. Or at least his family did. They were literally hurting people in the hospitals. And not just in the hospitals. Other people, they were trafficking them. And they would go to church. And their social medias would look so godly, you would be deceived. If someone told you, oh, this person did this, you would not believe them because their social media is godly. Like, oh, I live for Jesus, Jesus lover. And then it looks so innocent. Their social medias look so innocent. While behind closed doors, when they get to the hospital, a woman will start screaming, stop, 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 because they're hurting her. And they're drugging people and so much more. I was one of the people that they drugged. I'm talking about Clear Lake, by the way, Clear Lake, California. And I know they're connected to other places. They're all connected. They're all connected. Some people are coerced to do these evil things. Some people are not coerced to do these evil things. Some people are not even paid and they're doing these evil things. Again, what the person's heart, if whatever your heart is made of is who you'll be. So I'm talking about the Satanists though. They kidnap children, they rape children, they kill children, and I'm talking about celebrities now, and it's not just them either. I've learned that they take their blood, before they kill them, they will put so much fear in these kids. And it's not just kids too, it's also like people my age, like maybe teenagers or like early 20s. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it to 30s, but they usually do it to kids and like young adults, like me. They will put so much fear in you so that your adrenaline, when you have adrenaline, your heart is obviously pumping blood a lot, right? Your heart is pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping blood all throughout your veins. That's your adrenaline. So while that's happening, that's when they'll kill you. While you're in intense fear, like, ah!